There are so many wrestlers made a historic legendary title reigns in WWE history, and others made a very bad title runs. But how about the wrestlers who made a great title reigns that the WWE made a bad decisions in the way that they ended it, even if it was ended by a part-time wrestler or by a squash ending. But one of these endings is the only memorable defense in this title run. So today we will gonna talk about 5 greatest WWE title reigns ruined by bad endings. Number 5. Bianca Belair, SmackDown Women's Champion. Many wrestling fans was very mad because of this squash ending happened to Bianca Belair. It all began when Bianca debuted at the main roster last year with the Street Profits, and Vince from this time began to build her, and she was going very good until she get the biggest shot of her life when she won the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match and challenged Sasha Banks at the main event of WrestleMania in an amazing match. The feud was really exhausting because of the booking, but the match was very legendary. Finally, Bianca Belair defeats Sasha by pinfall to capture the SmackDown Women's title. To finally begin the title reign, and the first woman challenger was Bayley. The rivalry between them was very good. They played a very normal match for the title at Backlash 2021. Bianca won her first title defense, and the feud completed by a very laughs by Bayley. They played in another match at Hell in a Cell 2021 in a Hell in a Cell match, and it was a very good match with an amazing ending, ended once again by Bianca Belair retaining the title. Then it was supposed that another match will happen between them at Money in the Bank, but unfortunately Bayley suffered a very hard injury, which we don't know if she will return at Royal Rumble or at WrestleMania until now. Instead of it, she faced Carmella, and the match moved on SmackDown instead of the Money in the Bank. The match was a bit normal and a bit good, and it ends by the winning of Bianca Belair and retain the title. And after a week, we've got surprised by the shocking return of Sasha Banks to help Bianca Belair against Vega and Carmella, but suddenly she turned heel on Belair to challenge her for the title at SummerSlam, and then this time this rivalry was going very awesome. We were all waiting for this match, but unfortunately at this night it was announced that Sasha will not compete after all of this. Then Carmella entered, but suddenly the shocking return of the man Becky Lynch is arrived to challenge Belair, but unfortunately again she completely buried Belair when she defeated her in only 26 seconds. I mean, what the hell has happened? The company been nearly a long year in building this strong championship, and you ruined all of it by this. I don't understand how a powerhouse lose in a less than a minute, or frankly less than 30 seconds. It is legal that they will have a rematch for the title at Extreme Rules, and it's end by disqualification when Sasha Banks attacked both during the match, means the title will stay with Becky Lynch for so long. Number 4. Daniel Bryan, World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, it was a short title reign, but it was very awesome. Daniel Bryan won the Money in the Bank briefcase at Money in the Bank 2011 and cashing in on Mark Henry and succeeded in it, but it doesn't count at the end because of Henry's injury. Mark Henry lost the championship to the Big Show at TLC 2011 and attacked him after the match. Then Bryan came to finally cash in the Money in the Bank and capture the big gold champion. He defended the title for the first time against the Big Show at SmackDown. The match was going good until Mark Henry pushed Daniel Bryan to make the referee announce that Bryan has won by DQ. The feud completed with those 3 guys, and it was a completely great and ended in a match at Royal Rumble 2012 in a triple threat match at Steel Cage. At the end, Bryan tried to escape, but the Big Show caught him and tried to hold him back but didn't make it. Daniel Bryan won the match and retained the title in a very good match. After it was announced that Bryan will defend the championship in an Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber 2012. Of course, it was a great match. At the end, Bryan eliminated Santino last to retain his title. But he got surprised by the 2012 Royal Rumble winner Sheamus, attacking and choosing him for his championship match at WrestleMania. So it became legal and the feud was going nice. Until the match finally happened at Mania. But wait a minute, Daniel Bryan got a kiss from AJ Lee and got surprised by a brogue kick from Sheamus to catch the 3 counts and capture the title in one of the most infamous moments at WrestleMania history. Nobody can forget this moment anymore. It's said that they did this moment because this match wasn't the main event, so it doesn't matter whatever happened in it. Number 3. AJ Styles WWE Champion. AJ Styles' title run was very long and very good, and it is one of the unforgettable title reigns of all time. It has a bit of excellent matches and excellent rivalries. He won the title from Jinder Mahal at SmackDown 7 November 2017 to face the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar in a champion vs champion match at Survivor Series. And it was a very great match, which ended by the winning of Brock Lesnar. Then he completed his feud with Jinder. They made a rematch at Clash of Champions, and it was a normal match which ended by AJ Styles submitted Jinder Mahal. Next, he made a good feud with both of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with a good handicap match at Royal Rumble 2018. AJ Styles once again successed his defense in a handicap match. The feud completed after it, but more great superstars are added, like Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. After a few days, John Cena is added to this match after beating AJ Styles. Ended in a six-pack challenge at Fastlane 2018, and it was a very awesome match, which ended by AJ Styles pinning Kevin Owens and retaining the title. Then he faced the 2018 Royal Rumble winner Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania 34, and it was a bad match. It ended with AJ Styles retaining the title. Nakamura turned heel to complete this feud with a low blows from Shinsuke Nakamura. They had another matches for the title at Greatest Royal Rumble and Backlash. Ends with no winner. All of these a disaster. But finally, it ended in a very great match in a last man standing match at Money in the Bank 2018, which ends with AJ Styles retains his title again. Suddenly entered a very short feud with Rusev, played a one normal match at Extreme Rules 2018 with another success defense, and make the very long and the infamous feud with Samoa Joe. It was an amazing and unforgettable feud, but it was very long. Talking about Samoa Joe, almost played with AJ Styles' family and almost with his daughter. Their matches was normal, SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell, but the match was in Super Showdown was very good, and the feud should ended on that. Suddenly, Daniel Bryan won a contenders match to face AJ Styles at Crown Jewel, but WWE have changed plans to move this match on SmackDown. Was a good match, ended with AJ Styles submitted Bryan and retained the title, but shockingly Samoa Joe attacked both after the match to re-challenge Styles again. Means the feud still completing with another normal match and another known result. It ended after this match, but finally let's go to the last match with Daniel Bryan again at SmackDown 13 November 2018. At the end of the match, Daniel Bryan hit AJ Styles with a low blow behind the referee and headed the running read to get the 3 counts and ends the 371 days title reign. I mean, after long those amazing matches and feuds, you ended this title reign like this. Yeah, the match wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best thing between them. And in a weekly show like SmackDown, not in a pay-per-view, yeah, giving the title to Daniel Bryan and turning him to heel was a great idea. But by this way, and not in a pay-per-view, was a terrible idea. So that, of course, one of the worst endings of a best title reign. So it deserves to be in the 3rd place. Number 2. Kevin Owens, Universal Champion. Kevin Owens won the Universal title for the first and only time in his career at Raw 29 August 2016 in a fatal 4-way elimination match by the help of Triple H. It was a very shocking moment and started his first and very long feud with Seth Rollins and formed an amazing partnership with Chris Jericho. Owens defended the title for the first time at Clash of Champions 2016 against Seth Rollins. It was a good match. At the end of it, the referee passed out the ring and Chris Jericho distracted Rollins to Kevin Owens, gave him the pop-up powerbomb to get the 3 counts and win the match. Then completing this feud in the next pay-per-view in a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell 2016 for the Universal Champion. This time the match was so insane and so awesome. Every moment in this match was very precious. And again, Chris Jericho interfered the match to help Kevin Owens. At the end, Kevin Owens did an amazing strong powerbomb to Seth Rollins into the steel chairs to win the match and retain the title again. Finally, Owens defended the title for the last time against Seth Rollins at Raw 21 November 2016 in a no DQ match. It was so good with the repetitive interference of Chris Jericho for Owens, giving Seth Rollins the upper own powerbomb to retain the title. Finally, he entered the feud with the US champion in these days, Roman Reigns. He defended the title against him at Roadblock 2016. The match was a little normal. It ended with Chris Jericho codebreaker Kevin Owens to make him win by DQ. This ending was very strange. To complete the feud and make it more exciting, Roman Reigns defended the title against both Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho in a handicap match at Raw, which ended by Chris Jericho pinning Roman Reigns to win the US title and became Grand Slam champion. Then Owens defended the title against Reigns again in an Extreme Rules match at the Royal Rumble 2017. And I really like this match, and I think it's the best match of Kevin Owens' Universal title run. And for Chris Jericho not interfering this match, they put them in the shark cage. This match having many of the OMG moments. Then Braun Strowman interfered the match and power slammed Roman Reigns through the table to make Kevin Owens retain the title. Then Owens defended the title against Braun Strowman at Monday Night Raw, but Roman Reigns attacked Braun Strowman during the match and it ended with no contest. Finally, it was scripted that Kevin Owens will defend the title against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 33 after Kevin Owens made the infamous turn on Chris Jericho. So it was supposed that Chris Jericho will defeat Kevin Owens for the title and win his very first world title as a babyface. But stop right here, there was a match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar at this same show. So WWE has decided to make this match more exciting by putting a world title in this match, and it was the Universal Champion. So Goldberg challenged Kevin Owens at Fastlane 2017 for the world title, and the match started, but surprisingly Chris Jericho music hit, distracting Kevin Owens, and Goldberg gave him spear and jackhammer and pin him 1, 2, 3 to end the title run in less than 35 seconds, I think. Can you believe that they canceled this awesome championship match for a match between part-time wrestlers? I really have nothing to say about all of this. And at the end, they had a match at WrestleMania for the United States Champion, which ended by the winning of Kevin Owens. And that was the main reason that Chris Jericho left the WWE 2018. But the biggest thing Vince likes in his life is burying everything is awesome. So there is no ending is worse than this. Number 1. CM Punk WWE Champion. Yeah, the unforgettable legendary 434 days CM Punk WWE title run is the number 1 of this list. Come on guys, CM Punk is the best WWE champion in the last 12 years. He captured the title for the second and last time in his career at Survivor Series 2011 from Alberto Del Rio. He did not ever enter a not good match with this title reign. He defended for the first time in a rematch against Alberto Del Rio at Monday Night Raw, and he retained the title for the first time. Then he defended in a triple threat TLC match at TLC 2011 against The Miz and Alberto Del Rio. Man, I really like this one. It was so enjoyable to watch, and with another successful title reign. Then he defended it against Dolph Ziggler at Royal Rumble 2012 in a good match too. Then in a 6-man Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber 2012, it was insane and enjoyable, and also it was the beginning of Chris Jericho and CM Punk's feud. Punk retains to start this feud, and absolutely this was the best feud of CM Punk's all WWE title reign. Talking about Chris Jericho makes it personal with CM Punk when he talked about his past and frankly about his sister. The two competed in 2 great matches at WrestleMania 28 and Extreme Rules 2012 with another 2 great successful defenses. Then he entered a very awesome feud with Daniel Bryan from Over the Limit to Money in the Bank, and it was focusing on AJ Lee. But in the middle of this feud, they put Kane as a third competitor in their match at No Way Out. But after all of this, CM Punk retained the title and won this feud. Then John Cena announced that he will cash in his Money in the Bank on CM Punk at Monday Night Raw 1000. When Cena was choking CM Punk with the STF, Big Show interfered the match and makes Cena win, but by disqualification. Make the 3 compete in a triple threat match at SummerSlam 2012. It was so amazing. At the end of it, John Cena attitude adjustment, Big Show and CM Punk get out Cena from the ring and steal the win to retain the title. He completed his feud with John Cena at Night of Champions, which ends with a draw by double count. Then he faced the new big guy Ryback at Hell in a Cell 2012 in a awesome Hell in a Cell match, and he won by the help of the referee Brad Maddox. They complete the feud in Survivor Series in a triple threat match with John Cena, and we saw the unforgettable legendary debut of The Shield, and they helped CM Punk Punk to retain the title. Finally, he faced Ryback in a TLC match at Monday Night Raw, ended with another help of the Shield, and won his last successful title defense in his career. Finally, he made a feud with the returning Hollywood legend The Rock. It was awful, and announced that they will have a match at Royal Rumble 2013. The match begins with a very great shape. During it, the line turned off and the Shield destroyed The Rock, threw him to the announce table. Then the lights turned on and CM Punk catched the 3 counts from The Rock, and we all thought that the reign will continue. But stop right here. The WWE Chairman Vince McMahon gets out of the ring and said that the Shield interfered the match, and he also said,
"You heard the man, restart the match!" Oh my!
The match restarts and The Rock get on his feet and gave CM Punk a second people's elbow and pin him 1, 2, 3 to end the 434 days of CM Punk's WWE title run. Not only it didn't end at WrestleMania, but it also ended to a part-timer to the wrestler from more than 7 years after his match with John Cena. You didn't found anyone in the space to end this title reign instead of The Rock. The best idea was putting CM Punk as a third member in John Cena and The Rock's feud for the WWE Champion, which means Punk defend the title against The Rock and John Cena in a triple threat match at the main event of WrestleMania 29. So Vince would have finished the title run in the best way and gave CM Punk the WrestleMania main event that he wished in his life at the same time. One of the biggest dream matches that WWE has made a crazy mistake in not making it. So after all of I said, this one really deserves to be in the first place. And CM Punk released from the company in the following year until he make his legendary in-ring return to the AEW. Well, that's the end. Thanks a lot for watching. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for the new coming videos. See you next time. Peace out.